Hi everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Album. This is the next video in the series on how I made the Charlotte's Friends mini album. There is already a tutorial showing you how to make the cover, how to make the elements for the pages, and this one is showing you how I decorated the cover and made the inserts with the buttons for each page. So without any further ado, let's get started. All right, I'm going to work on the cover. So to add a little depth, I covered a piece of scrap chipboard. 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 is the chipboard, and I covered it with just a piece of the cardstock. I had in my stash one piece of this gray artisan cardstock. It's 6 3/4 by 8 3/4. I want to use it a second time to add a layer onto I need a layer. So I'm going to cut a square out of there. Now, I'm not going to be that picky because the first layer is going to cover all but a 1/16 of an inch. So I'm about an inch from the side. I'm just going to cut a large rectangle. Okay, that will work. This piece is 6 5/8 by 8 5/8. Turn that over. And I'm just going to adhere this paper to the gray mat first and just put this on so there is not even an 1/8 of an inch, but so it's even all the way around. Turn that upside down and burnish. You can use that part if you like the dogs, but I'm going to cover a lot of it with flowers, so it's not that critical. All right, and then my idea was to cover this. So that's 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So I'm gonna go 6 5/8 by 4 5/8. So just an 1/8 inch smaller. And I will just glue that onto. And then this is 4 by 6. So I want a little bit of a border. So I'll cut this 4 1/8 by 6 1/8. You know, I like it. I like it. So I'm going to add the pig onto here. Now you have options. I mean, you can add another layer of chipboard if you wanted to. You could round corners if you wanted to. There's lots of things you could do. All right. That'll go on there. You could add doilies. And a lot of times I do add doilies. I decided I'm not going to do it because I'm just using things. I mean, using the paper and things that were in the design team package. All right. So the pig is on that piece of chipboard. I'm going to put this on the book. Important thing is make sure the orientation is right before you adhere a cover. Ask me how I know. And let's center this on the cover. And then that'll go on here. I'm going to add some double-sided adhesive. I have a couple of scraps of it. just to help it adhere while the glue is drying. I don't have any full sheets of it left, but I'll use this and the glue. I'll take a coaster and put it in there just so my cover's a little bit flat. I'm standing up to get a good look at it. All right. Now I'm going to decorate it a little bit more, but I'll go ahead and decorate the side or the spine, the back, and add all of my photo mats. So I'm going to do that, and we'll do one final walkthrough. Here I'm going to show you how I made the photo mats. Now there's 5 of them, and you'll need them 5 by 7, and the my colors cardstock was 4 7/8 by 6 7/8. And then I decide I want to add the buttons to the right side of each of the photo mats. It won't get in the way of the photo, but it will just make a nice design feature for it. So I'm going to show you how I put those buttons on. So on the right side near the center, I'll make one hole and then make a second one overlapping it so it makes an elongated hole. And then, see, it's 2 holes together. It's not perfect, but it'll do. And then I'll put another one between that one and the edge of the page. Now, of course, it depends on which buttons you have. Some have the shanks and some have just 2 holes in it. So the ones with the shanks, this is how I treat them. Also, check the orientation of the shanks on the buttons. Some are horizontal and some are not. So it depends. So anyhow, I make 2 holes, make it big enough to put the shank through, then tie the ribbon in through there. I go in through the larger hole. You know, sometimes if you add some glue to the ribbon and sort of twist it in your finger, it goes through. And then I just tie it in the back. And that is one of the designs. Oh, that chicky button is so cute. I love it. So then this rabbit one I just tied regular, just made 2 holes in the back. And same with that. And there's that one. So it makes a neat little design feature. I really love it. So hopefully you'll try this one too. Okay, now I'm going to add flowers to the front. So these are Prima flowers. You get 2 of the pink, 2 of the yellow, 1 purple, and then 3 of the purple buds. I'm putting that coaster in just so my surface is a little more flat. So I'm going to put the 2 leaves. I'm just playing around with it right now, but I do take the leaves and sort of bend them a little bit. And I am adding the buttons to some of the leftover wire after I cut the leaves down. And I'm hot gluing it just so they don't twist around. So I'll put 3 of the chicky buttons on here, and then there's 1 little rabbit button that I'll add to. But I'm going to take the leaves and decide on placement. Cut it down a little bit. Add 1 of the purple buds. And then just play. I'm just going to end up with these 3 larger flowers. I mean, you can do whatever you want. This is just how I ended up making my design on the front. And of course, I always use hot glue to glue features onto the front cover. You could use the art glitter glue and the hot glue, but it'll just take a little bit to dry. There's these little curly cues that come. I cut them in half and stretched it out. I love the curly cues with the pig. It's sort of like a pig's tail. And then I'm playing around with the little chicky buttons just to trying to decide on the placement. So I have that one up the top and then 1 to the right side. Then I was going to put 1 on the left side, and I do put it there, but I move it because I've got this adorable rabbit one. Well, where's that going to go? So I take the 1 chickie and move it over to the right side also, and put the rabbit on a piece of the wire, and just have him sort of just tuck him in underneath that purple flower. And that's me gluing some more curly cues on there. But I don't want him to be like a big focal point. I want him to be, something that you sort of look around at the cover and then you see it peeking out from the flowers. And then I add some more of the buds, just deciding it needs something to round it out a little bit. So I cut those down, put some hot glue on them. I end up cutting this one further and putting it in. I don't mind covering up some of the pig 4x6 cut apart because he's got flowers on his vest. We can hide a little bit of it. All right, and then there we go. And that is it. That is the last thing we needed to do to decorate this book. I hope you enjoyed watching this and got some inspiration. All of the supplies that I used are listed in the description box. They are all from Country Craft Creations. Don't forget to go check that out. And I hope you enjoy using the Charlotte Friends paper collection and find some fabulous photos to go in your mini album. Thank you again for watching. Have a fabulous day.